Welcome, Taurus, to your July forecast. I'm Debbie Dubois. I want to welcome you to my channel, True Sacred Union. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I do specialize in love relationships and ascension information. So hopefully you will get some benefits from this reading, and let's get started, shall we? All right. So what was your June like? Mine was very tricky, but I'll tell you what, this is the process, right? It's the process, the step-by-step process that we have to go through in order to get to a place where nothing can blow out our candle. That is where we're headed in this ascension path, bringing in our highest selves and, seeing how we can create realities that we prefer. So Taurus, we're going to take a look at what does your month look like. All right. And let's go ahead and spread out the cards here. Okay. The first thing we're going to find out is what is the overall energy for July for my Taurus friends. Okay. Well, we've got some snake energy. And we have the Celtic knot. I love that card. All right. And we have the key. All right. So it does look like this month is very much about your love life, very much about your divine partner. Okay. It's the person that is your eternal love, the love of a lifetime. And that doesn't necessarily mean a twin flame. It could be a soulmate that you are committed to for this lifetime, or it could be a twin flame, but it is that primary person. That's what this month is going to be focused on for you. Now, we do have some snake energy here. All right. So there's some kind of energy that someone is going to be dealing with, whether that's you or it could very well be your sacred partner. There may be some patterns of imperfection that need to be addressed. Okay. And there's the snake energy. Maybe someone's giving someone the silent treatment. Maybe someone is, feeling very jealous and reaching out and saying, I'm not feeling good about this, whatever. But this is what we're going to work on. Okay, there's a pattern here that needs to be broken. Now, the beautiful thing is the overall energy is that you've got the solution, right? So with the Celtic knot right next to the solution, the key, it means that this is a month you'll make great progress on this particular topic. So that's fantastic. Let's see if there's any other information. Yeah, I'm getting very strongly that this month is really about breaking through. All right. If you've been having this pattern right here where there's some jealousy, where it's kind of like the sexuality piece, it's been irritating you, and it does have to do with jealousy, whether you worry about them being with someone else or they worry about you being with someone else. It could also be attention. Maybe the person is not getting enough of your attention or you're not getting enough of their attention and you feel jealous of the other people or things or circumstances that are keeping, that person or you preoccupied. Now, I don't feel from this card being right here next to the Celtic knot that this has anything to do with deception, except maybe possibly your own deceptions. Sometimes the reality that we see is just simply not true. There's stories that we tell ourselves. And so I do believe that when we're working with patterns of imperfection like jealousy and envy or insecurity and things like that, a lot of it does have to do with the stories that we tell ourselves. So that may be, in fact, part of the key. Part of your solution is to unlock the insight, the clarity, so that you understand or that they understand, that information that you're carrying, those programs, they're not helpful. They're not helpful. They're not going to bring you closer. So on either side, you'll know which situation is more pertinent to yours as to whether this is you or whether this is your sacred partner. But it does seem to be the major focus of your month of July. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take these cards and I'm going to spread them out back here because it's so much easier for me to have a little bit more room to play with here. All right. So that's the overall energies. Now, hang on just 1 second. Okay, so now we're going to look at what are the specific love energies that you're dealing with. All right. And while I'm pulling these cards, I do want to mention that I'm going to be in Niagara Falls. Ooh, we got a diamond ring. This is interesting. Maybe I shouldn't talk about Niagara Falls right now. We've got some, I'm going to pull these cards first. Marla's having a twin flame. Marla Kelly is having a twin flame. Oh my God, we've got fireworks too. Speaking of twin flames and fireworks and having been the 4th of July, the recording that I just did last night was just filled with like ba-boom, ba-boom from all the fireworks. So we got some great cards we're going to look at. But Marla Kelly is having a twin flame and ascension workshop in Niagara Falls. I am going to be a facilitator along with Kalina Malnar and Rob and Angie from Twinfinity. So if you've been wanting to see us, that may be an option for you. You can see the information below. All right. So what is the major information we're getting on your love life? The broom's right in the center. I mean, can we get any more specific than that? We're trying to get rid of something. Well, what do you think it is we're trying to get rid of? We're getting rid of the programs of imperfection. The thing that is the illusion, the snake energy. The snake energy comes in and it tries to convince you that you're not okay. Or that the other person's not okay. I mean, someone is feeling this energy. This month is about getting rid of that energy, and I'm chilling on that all the way down to my kneecaps. We're going to pair this card over here with the diamond ring. Okay, this is taking, oh my gosh, I'm chilling. This is taking your relationship to the next level because obviously this has been a real problem. There's been some jealousy or just backstabbing energy, toxic energy, the silent treatment, whatever it is. You got to get rid of that. They got to get rid of that. And this month is giving you the perfect exploration of that topic and is your job. The only thing that you can do, you cannot be responsible for your sacred partner. But what you can do is you can do your work. So if you find that you are the person that has some of that, the jealousy, then you let go of it. Or you realize I'm telling myself stories that are just not helpful. If it is the other person, you can't control what they clear and what they do, but what you can do is explore your own feelings about it. So you explore it, you dive in, you get rid of whatever is your responsibility, and then it gets reflected in that relationship. So then once that happens, you can take things to the next level. Now, does that mean engagement or, marriage and all that stuff? Well, it could. But it could just mean the next level. But regardless, we are looking for progress here. And you got to remember, all of this is not just about love. This is about ascension. And any patterns that hold you back from knowing your true, authentic self is honestly going to be worked on in the process through relationships. Because if you're highly motivated by relationships, you're going to work extra hard to get rid of those patterns. Now look at this. We pair this broom with fireworks. And what do we have? Woohoo! Celebration. We have explosive hot sex. I mean, we have chemistry, kissing, passion. We have all of those wonderful things. So what are we going to focus on in your love relationship? Getting rid of unwanted patterns. So that is crystal clear. Okay, we're going to move on right now. We've talked a lot about your love life. We're going to take a look at what is your career, abundance, the other aspects of your life. What is happening with that right now? So, all right, the first card that we have, gosh, Taurus, grasshopper. That's such good luck. It's prosperity. And the archer, gosh, this reading is shaping up very nicely for you. And we've got the moon. All right, so Now, I don't know if you haven't seen my readings before, I'm using a Lenormand deck, and the Lenormand deck, it's the Intuit Oracle, but it's like a Lenormand deck. And so what I do is I read in pairs. But what I love about the Intuit Oracle is that I don't have to memorize anything. These are like just my permission slips that help me tune in to what I'm already getting. And we read them in pairs. The center card is the main card, and that's what we're focusing on here. Now, it does seem that whatever it is you are focused on from a career standpoint or a abundance, what it is you are doing, it is your creative expression. And I think that that's really the whole career abundance thing. I'm going to start completely calling it creative expression, because that is the other aspect of the areas that I am extremely well versed in. All right. Archer. We are right now, Taurus, taking very careful aim at what you are trying to create, which is fantastic. Okay, let me see here. I've noticed, and I've had, talking about creative expression, one of the things that's happened to me is I've been struggling with my equipment and my camera. And what I found out finally is that my Canon camera basically turns off after 12 minutes. So you can imagine over the last week while I'm working on my camera setup here, I have a 2-camera setup. I've been through some frustration. So I've learned how to solve it through a timer. All right, so back to where we were at. So we're looking at taking very careful aim at what you're trying to achieve. And if you pair that with the grasshopper, it's kind of like, don't worry about it. It's like everything is in perfect order for you. All right. You are moving forward and moving on from places that are not productive from a creative expression standpoint. Now, we do have the energy of the moon. All right. So the moon is about your inner and outer worlds reflecting each other. Okay. And I kind of want to say that's like as above, so below. It's like whatever's inside projects outside. So you really, in order to move this, whatever it is, project or your creative expression forward, you have to allow for the ebb and the flow. You have to allow it and not worry so much. Okay, you're gonna want to know that everything that you're working on is moving you forward in this respect, and you don't need to worry about it. Your unconscious mind or your higher self, it's engaged, it's there, so you don't really need to worry so much. But you are on a very targeted path. So you are moving something forward. You may not even know what it is, but you will. All right. So I say just keep going on that. All right. So I'm going to move these off to the side. And finally, we're going to take a look at what does your higher self want you to know this month? All right. This can be from any aspect. What's the message from your higher self? Okay. First of all, it has to do with the magnet and your desire. Wow. Second time I've gotten this in my readings over the last 2 days is the head of the pack and the owl. All right, so we've got some really great cards here. So the head of the pack is basically saying that you are in a position right now during this month to finish first, to really dominate whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And you are actually magnetizing to you that which you prefer, which is what the magnet is. Whatever it is that you're longing for, whatever it is that your desire is, you are moving towards the head of the pack on this particular thing, which is awesome. And you also have with you the owl. So the owl is going to ensure that your wisdom is engaged. All right. You're going to have your vision and the wisdom to help guide you in this completion of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So oh my gosh, you have got some excellent cards here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull an Ascended Master card. We're going to look at an Ascended Master card, and we're just going to tie this all together. What an incredible reading for you, Taurus. All right. Let's see. What is our higher self, our ascended master energy trying to say? Okay, we got the crystals card. All right. Crystals are very much, they're antennas, they're receptors. They are, I want to say, physical representations as well as energetic representations in the material world and in the etheric world. In other words, they they represent information that you need. It's that higher computer processing power. It gives you access to a lot of information when you have crystal computerized. We are crystal. We are the technology. So this card appearing, this is Epona. I would say that, first of all, to look at this entire reading from that perspective is that you have source energy in the physical manifestation as well in the higher vibrational because of the presence of this crystal Epona card. So all of this stuff that you're trying to achieve, if you just allow yourself to go with that flow, to allow the information to come to you when you need it, to allow yourself to accept that there are things that you want to get rid of, probably a lot of this snake energy, whatever that is in your situation, and you can focus on it and you can find the key. You have inner wisdom accessible to you through this crystal card and through the higher technology of you to solve some of these problems and come out as the head of the pack. Magnetize that which you prefer, okay? Which, it does mean that you have to kind of allow yourself the ebbs and the flows to be able to tune into what it is your inner desires are so that you can project that into your outer manifestation. And let's face it, there's some great rewards for that, right? Because you have taking things to the next level with your partnership when you get rid of things. And of course, that creates a lot of really yummy stuff that we like to think about, and some of us. And so this is extremely positive reading for your July. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I mean, I think wow. So Taurus, and it's interesting, I had a really super great reading for Aries too. So I'm wondering if the energies for this month are just like stellar, all lined up for us. I really hope so. I can't wait to get to the Sagittarius reading. So, because that's what I am. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I'm trying to keep these short, concise. And the only other thing that I wanted to say is if you like what you see, please do me a favor, like the video, share it with your friends. And if you really want to see more readings like this, I do a weekly. So the weekly is more of a love forecast. I've got some other different videos coming, different types of categories, if you will. And if you like what you see, go ahead and become a subscriber to my soul tribe. I'd love to have you, and then press that bell so that you don't miss a thing. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, namaste.